Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. Your host, Derek Lane, podcast for success, the Fast Lane, and thank you for joining me. As always, just feeling very great about the message here. Tonight we're going to be talking about relaxation, and why. Okay, so as always, we talk about different strategies and different things to do to move yourself forward and to create a path that you envision yourself on. So today, I want to talk about why it's important to relax. You get caught up in yourself. You get caught up in what you do. You get caught up in the day-to-day affairs. You get caught up in your strategy. You get caught up in your motivation, and it can be very taxing. It can be very stressful. You listen to me, you listen to other podcasts, you listen to audio tapes, you read books. You're feeding your mind, which is great. That's what you should do. But I want to stress the importance of taking a time out, taking a break. Mental effort defeats itself. Mental effort defeats itself. I want you to realize that if you don't take some time off, some time to yourself, some time for your family, you're going to miss it. You're out there struggling, you're out there pushing, you're out there challenging yourself, all great things. But if you don't take time for yourself, you're really missing it. I know that in a few podcasts back, we talked about the power of now and being in the moment. Well, this is kind of like that, but it's a little bit more relaxation. It's a little bit more of saying, hey, I'm just not going to think about it. Today, my wife and I went to the movies. Just forget about it. Just immerse yourself into the moment. The movies. It was great. I didn't think about it. I don't have anything in a hidden agenda behind my mind that I'm thinking about while I'm watching this movie. I just let myself go. And that's it. You got to let yourself go. You got to let yourself be who you are and relax. I know that I've talked a lot about the mentality of success and mentality of creating a pathway and never straying from that. But the natural course is that you've got to let your brain rest. You got to let your brain take a break from all of your efforts for success and just be in the moment. Just be a loving husband, a loving father, a loving person, a caring individual for your community, for your children, for your church, if that's what you're into. Just being you, and don't think about it without guilt. See, that's the biggest thing, is do it without guilt, without this feeling that I'm betraying myself. Successful people always push themselves, and they push themselves to the point of, I have to, I must, I have to, I got to keep going, I got to keep doing it, I got to be better than the next guy, I got to be this, I got to be on top of the world. Don't worry about that. Take a break from that. It'll always be there. We live a life of a short distance, and getting to the end of your life is not your goal. Living the maximum from the moment you're in is the goal. Being fulfilled fully in the moment that you're living right now is the goal. And if you can learn to let go of your success pattern, your, what you do, your thinking, and just let go and relax, that's where it's at. And then once you give yourself that relaxation time, that downtime, and you jump back into it, guess what? You're sharper, you're fresher, you're on top of your game because you gave yourself a break. It's not a sin to give yourself a break from things. It's not a sin to have your mind focused on what's happening now. And I will tell you that your family, your wife, your children, they will all be grateful for it. You want to prove to the world that you're successful? You want to prove to the world that you're the greatest, you're the best? You are. But you also have to prove to the world that you know how to relax. You know how to let things go. And there is harmony in that, balance in that. Knowing how to let go, knowing how to live your life properly, and the balance of life is where you should be. Okay? You know, a lot of what I talk about is premeditated, if you will. You know, you set yourself up, you plan things, you design things, and you work your plan. And that's great. However, you know, a lot of sports psychologists will tell you that let the game come to you. Let the game come to you. In other words, just be open-minded and let the flow happen. You know, the great people in sports, you know, I'm reminded of Michael Jordan that said that, you know, when he let the game come to him, he developed the zone. The zone means that he was in it. That basketball hoop looked as big as a rain barrel when he shot. He was like, it's going in. And it did, because he let the game come to him. He let things happen. He let his own willpower direct him toward, you know, the greatness of Michael Jordan, obviously. You know, you take a lot of sports figures, you know, through history, you know, the Babe Ruth, the Michael Jordan, you know, the Joe Montana, Dan Marino, you know, they all talked about just being in the game, being in the moment, and not thinking too much about strategy. You know, strategy is in the back of their mind, but the successful people will take what's happening in the now and just go for it. Their natural abilities, their cognitive thinking, their subconscious takes over, and they start to outperform. And that's what you do. That's what you do in your life. You outperform based on the things that you know. You try too hard. You can damage yourself by trying too hard. Again, you know, I said in the outset of this podcast, mental effort defeats itself. If you continue to just struggle and just plan and just, you know, it's got to be perfect. Perfect has no place in success. Let me repeat that. Perfect has no place in success. You have to go with the flow. Prepare, plan, do everything you need, but when it comes time to shine, you are the person. You can do it. And you're awesome. So, my original message here was to relax. Take some time off. Take off a day. I mean, you know, not to get too corny, but the Bible says, you know, Sunday is a day of rest. You know, you work hard 6 days a week. Yeah, you got to rest a day. Rest. May not be Sunday for you, but whatever. You know, take some time to rest. You have to rest and take some time off. You will mentally beat yourself up if you don't. You will mentally wear yourself out and wonder what went wrong when your plans and your aspirations are all perfect. Be less perfect. Try not to be perfect. Just be who you are and get that relaxation. This is a shorter podcast because, you know, the message is what it is. Rest, relaxation, find out who you are, think about who you are, and enjoy who you are. Enjoy the people that are with you. The reason you're on this planet, the people that you're with, understand that. Understand that you are meant to bring joy, not agony, not self-defeating behaviors, but behaviors of happiness and in the now It's a wonderful life if you live it. It's a beautiful life if you live it. But if you're always waiting for something else and you're working towards something else and you can't be satisfied now until you have something else, you don't get it. You do not get it. You have to work. You have to appreciate the now. You have to appreciate who you are. You have to appreciate the people around you. Do it without fail. Appreciate the people around you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Once again, Derek at FastLanePodcast.com. Derek at FastLanePodcast.com. That's the email. Email me. I get emails, but I want more. I want the people that don't normally email to email me. I want people to respond and give me ideas and communication. It's important. If you're on iTunes, like, share all of your typical podcast outlets, like and share, 5-star ratings. That helps a lot. I'd like to reach more and more people, and that's the way to do it. I appreciate all of the listeners that listen. Repeat listeners, love you to death. You guys are great. Anyway, the Fast Lane. Thank you so much. God bless.